are you following your own compass or somebody else's? Hello, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And today I come here on a Sunday with no intention of going or recording on a podcast, like with my hair that need a wash with a Christmas sweater. But I really felt called to come here and share this message with you because today this week, actually, I've been thinking a lot about recording the podcast. As you know, back in a couple of episodes, I was sharing an astrocartography series, and I said that I would do the whole month of November for astrocartography, but then so many others idea kept coming in, and I'm a Sagittarius moon, so the arrival of the Sagittarius moon this month after the new moon in Scorpio, and then the Sagittarius season was like kind of woke me up in a way. And I think it can happen for so many of us because Scorpio is really going deeper into like the depths, into the shadow work, into the depth of your psyche. And then Sagittarius is after Scorpio for a reason because it's here to, okay, take us up out of that dark place and bring us back to light. Sagittarius is also here to wake us up, to expand our mind. And that's a sign that I deeply resonate with because it's not only my moon, but also my IC, the bottom of my chart, my roots. It's Sagittarius energy. And then if we want to go even deeper, if you are an astrology literate, it's also my persona, which is something a little bit more deeper, but I just wanted to put it out there. So why I'm here today, because I've been feel called to like move away from the Astro Wanderer for a while. Yes, I rebranded back in June and I really felt called to have that name. But then it's been a while and I was like, I want to really people to know me not as the traveler that I've been for the past 14 years. No wonder I started traveling where Neptune moved into Pisces. And now that Neptune is ending its journey in Pisces, it's making me reflect a lot on the fact that, okay, this version of yourself, that book, not even a chapter, but a book is ending for you. So you need to let go of that identity. And it's making me reflect a lot because it's making me want to go in a different direction and a direction that maybe I didn't give myself permission to go until today because I was so much in my head and I was like, this is not a good marketing strategy. I was thinking about people that helped me build my business and all of that, all the things that you see out there as well, like you have to follow in a path and stick into it or you have to like always be on brand or you have to do this and that and whatever. But if we listen to other people, yes, it's good sometimes to receive some help and sometimes you need that push from other people, but at the end of the day, your intuition, your intuitive body knows what's best for you. So if you keep listening to other people instead of yourself, then you will feel lost. You will feel with no direction because you will have so many voices within you that will tell you do this, do that, and then you will be frozen in fear, which happened for me in the past week. And I shared that on my podcast, I mean, on my Substack as well. And if you are not there, make sure to go there. I feel like there will be more astrology on Substack as well. But I really like had to, it came a moment today that I really was like, I can no longer be frozen in this fear. I can no longer be like follow the compass of other people and I need to tune in back to myself. And I want to invite you to do the same as well. And that's why in just like this is the closing episode of this season. And next week I'll come back with another name, another new journey that we will start together. in the next weeks. I still don't know I will feel, but I wanted to share with you right here, right now, what's happening in my work because I preach to embody your birth chart, and if I'm not the first one to do it, like doesn't make sense. So yes, that's what I'm here to tell you. But I go backwards a little bit because this was a long intro. So I'm gonna tell you all the story. But first of all, like always, let's grab your favorite drink, let's take a deep breath together, and then let's get into this episode. All right, so in October, I decided that there was something that was not in alignment. And I really felt called to get out of social media. I needed a break. Sometimes, when we have so many information coming in, we really need to do the extreme quote unquote thing and just go on a break so we can connect with yourself. And I was going deeply on my body healing journey. I came back to Italy later at the end of September and I was not really feeling good in my body. I had gastritis and I had very severe stomach issues. And I was like, now it's time for me in the month of October and during this like Scorpio season and Libra season to go back into myself. And Libra and Scorpio rule my first and second house. First house is identity, second house of body as well. And self-worth, and I found myself going deep on this journey, and I was really all on focus on my health, on like getting to therapy. I started a massage therapy, and that I really called in when I came back from Scotland and from my summer journey. And I was like, I need to go deeper within myself to release things, to release patterns, beliefs, because I really feel like there's too much coming into my body, whether it's food, information, and all of that. And I needed to take a step back. And that's what I did. And I actually felt better. I kept doing a couple of events, but nothing major. And I continue with my program that it's about to end as well. My first ever astrology program, Your Soul's Compass, where I helped people to actually use astrology as their compass, which is something that I really felt so deeply after taking a business embodiment course this summer with Sophie at Shine with Sophie. I might bring her on the podcast with this new version. We will see. But I feel I'm almost finished this program while I record this. And the program will be available on a self-paced journey if you want to buy it for the new year, if you want to gift it as a holiday present to somebody that you know loves astrology. You will find all the links also in the show notes. But I really felt like I needed to have that break. And when I finished the break, I was like, okay, when the sun starts moving in my third house, which is a tiny bit Scorpio and then Sagittarius, it's like I'm gonna go back on social media. I'm gonna go back using my voice a little bit more. And I really felt the change, the shift of houses, because I felt this urge to speak up, to share things, to share my truth, and to really go towards what I want. Sagittarius is not one to conform. Sagittarius is one to really go towards what they want, it expand them. And the third house is also ruled by Gemini. It's the house of communication. So these two that are sister signs together, it's really like follow your bliss, follow your intuition, and into expansion. So I was really like, I need to shift things. And I was having calls with my business mentor, Sophie, and I was like, I feel this fire coming alive again within me. and I need to like go and do that. And that's why I stopped the astrocartography series, and instead I went into um, I went into like sharing that episode about the horoscope to give you a little bit of an insight of what I wanted to use my voice for. And then today I went through a long week. My sister was here in Italy from Birmingham. One of my sisters lives in Birmingham, and we had a very family week. There was the birthday of my niece and all of that. So I spent a lot of time with family. She was also like not physically well as well. So I felt I spent a lot of time last week just trying to push through in a way. And today, when I had to decide, okay, do I spend this Sunday with my sister and my family, or do I take some time alone? I decided to take some time alone. I put my Christmas sweater and I decided to watch a Christmas movie. I'm a sucker for Christmas movie, all these Hallmark movies. I know they all the same, they all have the same storylines, but the universe speaks to me in movies. And I was watching this movie this morning, and there was this beautiful movie about this protagonist that was a woman that has her agency marketing firm, and it stuck with me because her logo was a compass like mine, and her message with this firm and the why behind why she created this firm was like, I will guide you in the right direction with the marketing, where you are meant to go. And all the movie was about her feeling a little bit lost and coming back to home to herself. And it really resonated with me. And after the movie, I was like, universe, I feel like I'm a little bit, quote unquote, lost. I feel like don't have clear direction to go forward. Please send me a sign. Please send me a sign. And the universe delivers like always. I had my lunch. When I finished my lunch, I was like, okay, let's put a podcast and clean a little bit the house. Because even if I don't like cleaning so much, even if I'm vulgarizing, but when I'm inspired, when I listen to a podcast, it's okay, it's pleasant. So I went into that and I felt called to this podcast by Sarah Rose, the Highest Self podcast that she was bringing on as a guest, Mimi Bouchard, I think it's her name. And they were talking about abundance, manifestation, and so much more. But it really stuck to me the message that was like giving me the direction, even the permission to say, okay, Luana, you have been thinking about this for a while, about like stepping away from travel, from astrocartography, from actually the travel branch of astrology and all of that. Um, and you've been doing that for a while. So now it's the time. Now it's the time because we were talking about not manifestation in the way that maybe it's so out there. Okay, you have to have the clarity, the thing in all the details, and then go manifest. They were telling, okay, how you want to feel in what you're doing. What are the feelings that you want to do? And you don't have to control the manifestation. You don't even have to know what you are manifesting, but what you are feeling. What are the feelings that you want to enjoy? And she has a book, I think it's called Manifest or Activate Your Future Self, something like that. I haven't checked the book yet, but what stuck with me was like, how can you activate your future self in your body? And that's what all I'm about as well, talking about embodiment. If you've been with me for a while, you've seen the shift into like, okay, I don't want to give you a birth chart reading like everybody else does. I want to help you, yes, first maybe understand because the mind wants to know, but then how can you embody in your day-to-day life? I've done a astrology immersion for that as well that I'll probably do again in the future because I really want to help you use astrology in your day-to-day life. Because if you go to a birth chart, you know your birth chart by heart, but then if you don't apply to your day-to-day life, it makes no sense. I mean, it's it doesn't change anything. It's when you actually apply, embody it, feel it in your body that shifts change. And if I were not to embody my birth chart, I would not be here today sharing this to you. Also, because it's Mercury retrograde, and all the fearmonger astrologers out there, or the pop astrology, as I call it, will tell you don't make decisions on Mercury retrograde. You will regret. Don't do this on Mercury retrograde. Rebranding, changing the name. Are you crazy? But that's just an excuse and a way to take your power away. And I always say Mercury retrograde, it's not here to stop making you live your life. Or also, I always remind people, if you are in my Dreamers letter, you know, that's my Monday newsletter that I send out every week. If you're not there, check the link in the show notes as well to sign up there. But as I always say to my community, to my clients, it's like stop blaming things on the planets, on the transits. If you're making a bad decision, that's not because of Mercury retrograde. That's maybe because you didn't think about the decision. Maybe because, and is there such a thing as a bad, good decision anyway? I think everything leads you exactly where you're meant to be. We learn through contrast in this world because we came down to earth for this reason. We have black and white, we have dark and light. But in the universe, there's no such a thing. Because as Mishanda, like the girl that have been on the podcast last week as well, that I will link here, so you can go and listen to that episode as well. It's like the sun is not really rising because when maybe here on where you are it's day, maybe on another part of the world it's night. That doesn't mean they always are in the sky. It's just the perspective, the contrast. So I'm really here today to remind you that when you embody these energies, when you embody your birth chart, when you embody astrology and anything in your life, that's when you see the shift changes, and that's when you feel like you are home to yourself. You are connected with your truth, and then you can create the life that you desire, the life you came down to earth to live. So, yes, so no matter if it's Mercury retrograde or whatever it is, I felt this deep in my soul. And it's not something that I decide today, but it's something that it's been marinated with me for a while. But I let all these voices, and maybe I was not ready as well to come up and share it just yet. But I was like, this is the time. This is the time to do so. And yes, from next week, the podcast will shift. Probably I will take 1 week break, maybe we will see. And I will go into the new podcast journey as well. But if there's anything that I want to actually leave you with this message, is to really follow your compass, not anybody else's. And as my mentor said, follow the breadcrumbs. The universe is always guiding you. Maybe not big action or a big like things that you think, oh, I need to have clarity, I need to have everything figured out. That's your mind. But if you follow the little hunches that your intuition will bring you, that's when you will actually feel that you are going and living in alignment. And my journey, my mission here is to help you do that, but using astrology as your compass. So, for example, I was reflecting on that, and then I will wrap up here. Like, okay, I'm a mutable chart. What does it mean? My rising is Virgo, my IC is Sagittarius, my DC is Pisces, my MC is Gemini. All of these are the mutable signs. Mutable signs are the one, as the word says, they change, they mute, like a snake that shed its skins and then come back, like the caterpillar that becomes a butterfly. that means. And so, being a mutable chart, and I will go deeper into another episode on that, how can I tell myself that I need to stick to something or always be the same? I'm here to show people that you embody the version of yourself that it's now, that maybe in a year it will be different. Even in 6 months from now, you will be a different person if you really follow the flow of life. Obviously, if you will be stuck and controlling and you want everything be the same, that will be hard for you because the only constant in life is change. We are here in this journey, and every journey, there are ups and downs and turns and twists. So once you will open yourself to that and you realize that you have your own path and nobody else can walk your path, nobody else can tell you what to do, you know best. When you will take your power back, that's when you will live also in alignment, not only with your birth chart, but with your life. So, yeah, I think that's a wrap for me. I know I might disappoint some people that wanting more astrocartography, but I would be out of alignment with myself if I would record that episode just to do it instead of actually doing an episode and sharing my voice and sharing my truth. So, yes, I will put all the links in the show notes. So make sure to sign up to my Dreamers letter. That's where you will have all the updates on everything. Make sure to stay tuned for new offerings, current offerings. Everything is there as well on the show notes. And let me know as well in the comments on Spotify, on YouTube, if you're watching this. How are you being called to follow your compass, to really take your own path and not following what other people tell you? I'll be interesting to know. And having said that, I wish you a beautiful last week of November since we are entering in the last week of November. And I'll come back soon with another episode. Peace and love. Ciao.